Greetings everyone, and welcome anew to the world of Jump Force. So, I thought it worth setting the baseline for the brave men and women who fill out the titular anime superhero team the game's all about, and hence, we have this fun little character diatribe series of videos where I'll be doing just that. We'll be predominantly mulling over the in-game canon with a bit of speculation here and a little extrapolation there. To do this, we'll be examining their appearances, their movesets, their dialogue, etc. It'll be a broad look at what they go through in Jump Force to see how they compare with their canonical counterparts from the time of transference into Prometheus's plot, and where they could go from there, comparing the new trajectory of their lives with how things would have played out for them in the canon of their home series. I won't be making too much of an effort to massage the details for the uninitiated, for the sake of brevity, though I will try to make the following lore dumps as approachable as possible. Note that we will not be adding any characters into the roster who are not named characters from a Jump world. I'll be making a separate video for OC Do Not Steal character prompts for folks from our own world who could have joined up with the organization. Alas, that this means we are not covering Jump Force Base Camp Shopkeeper Lady or her identical twins. I know. I hope you can all forgive me for this shocking betrayal. It simply had to be done. We'll start off with a sub-series on the OCs to get them out of the way straight out of the gate. They don't really fit into the format the rest of the videos will be sticking to, so we might as well, you know? So, time to kick things into gear with the Jump Force's OCs, the organization, not the game. You have to be specific.
はじめまして、私はこれからマスターと共に戦うナビゲーターです。
The idiot on screen goes first. The original Navigator was more so a utility robot than any sort of actual character. It was fairly emotionless, had zero combat feats, and didn't even react when Director Glover did his big reveal. Frankly, the most interesting thing about them was that they were unquestioningly devoted to Jump Force to the point of defying their creator, the keyman Prometheus, without anything resembling hesitation. For abilities, that Navigator could fly, teleport things, and handle cosmic cubes, which came in handy considering how often those things factored into the evil plans of the Venoms. As far as interesting tidbits go, the only real one is a Navigator head being amongst the create a character cosmetic options in the Jump Force Premium store. Pretty random as far as outfit options go.
世界というのは一つではない。我々が住む現実世界とは別の世界が存在する。これで君も J-Force の一員だ。期待しているぞ。
Navigator's boss, as well as the architect of Umbra Space and the Jump Force at large. Everyone's favourite Nick Fury pastiche, a man whose trustworthiness levels are truly unfathomable. As far as Prometheus's human sona goes, all that he really made up for it was that Glover was a bespectacled, dark-skinned man from the real world, of some intelligence, who got the ball rolling on the anime Avengers. How he thought anyone would buy that a dude from the real world version of the late 2010s could manage all of that reveals how little Prometheus really understood about our foobar world of normies, unless he knew something we don't. That, honestly, is a meta-tangent worth some slight consideration in-universe and out. Frankly, with how the late 2020s have been, I'm sure we'd all find a Venom's invasion of this timeline a marked improvement. Powers and abilities wise, Glover was a seemingly ordinary human who could be inferred to have a genius-level intellect and a strategic mind to match. He also has a decent sense of drip. About the only thing worth consideration when it comes to Glover is whether or not this identity was forged whole cloth, or if Prometheus drew inspiration from somewhere for it. Considering how little we know of Keymen, this might be a legitimate base form belonging to Prometheus, what he could have looked like before a theoretical transition into becoming an eldritch entity. Ultimately, all we can say for sure was that Glover was a fake identity that was completely surface level in its acting and actions. Nothing more to say.
ようこそアンブラスベースへ。これで君も J フォースの一員だ。期待しているぞ。
To close out this video, we have the human, the meme, the weeb themself, the protagonist. An ordinary human from the Force world, this fine individual's life changed when, one day, they found themselves in New York during a Venom attack. During that attack, they were mortally wounded by Frieza and saved by future Trunks and a certain navigator robot whom provided a life-saving cosmic cube, because I guess Trunks didn't have any senzu beans on him at the time. Typical. The protagonist proved to be an invaluable addition to the Jump Force, participating in many missions, gathering friends, allies, and mentors, and steadily growing their power until it rivaled that of Kane himself. Then, when the true nature of the threat to the world was revealed, it was the protagonist who held fast and, with a power-up from Kane's cosmic cube, and the channeled energies of all your favorite Shonen Jump heroes, defeated Prometheus. After which, it was the protagonist who replaced Glover as the acting director of Jump Force. Cue the title drop. Because apparently the organization works on Highlander rules, and whoever kills the old leader becomes Jump Force itself. Who knew? Being real, we know essentially nothing about the MC, and that is of course by design. This is a self-insert McGee, and they have the race, sex, gender, nationality, religion, hair color, combat style, backstory, and the merchandise of choice that you want them to have. There is essentially nothing substantive you can say about them other than the literal narrative beats you play out through all the game's missions and the broad assumptions that they're morally good, capable of engaging in anime nonsense, yada yada yada. Oh, except one thing. They can see Death Note Shinigami. This is noted as exceptional, and if it were something anyone with a cosmic cube could do, there'd be no need for Ryuk to comment about it. So that's kind of ominous, and a decent enough jumping off point for the unique position I'd have them fill within the lore of Jump Force Aftermath once the game's events all wrapped up. That, however, is a fanfic story for another time. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this short-form primer of the Jump Force's original characters, and I'll hopefully see you here again when we cover the antagonistic OCs of the Venoms.